I feel really good about it. There were naysayers, yes, but as a community, we strive for public engagement, and oftentimes we don't get anybody out for sometimes what are very serious issues that have huge implications for a community. So to get a couple of hundred people out last night, and you're right, over the last 10 years, we've engaged with hundreds and hundreds of local citizens on this piece of property, downtown Revite, bringing a hotel, trying to rejuvenate the downtown core. What can we do to revitalize the downtown area, including this piece of property? So I think last night was a really good exercise. There were speakers for and speakers against, probably 40 speakers out of 200 people. It was probably pretty evenly divided on those that were negative and those that were positive on the proposal. But at the end of the day, council, I believe in their wisdom. They're elected to make tough decisions for the benefit of the whole community, the broader community. And last night they just did that. I think everyone on council believes that bringing forward a hotel on that particular piece of property can only lead to good things for not just the downtown Oliver, but for the broader community and the greater rural community as well. Where there is a huge amount of industry that depends on tourism and retaining some of those people that pass through our town. So I think it was a good exercise. I look forward to the development, and I look forward to the possibilities. Forever trying to be positive in what we do as a council and a community. I believe this can only lead to good things.
Economically, what can it do for this community? Give us a sense of that part of it.
Well, economically, I mean, we have thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars that bleed away from our community each and every day. Mostly, with tourist dollars. They come here for everything we have to offer, from our rural wineries to our golf courses to our parks and our hiking and biking trails, for triathlons, seminars, all kinds of things. But if you ask these people that are here for those activities, quite often they're staying in Osoyoos or they're staying in Penticton. We have a number of smaller motels. We have some great B&Bs, but we don't have that full service accommodation that discerning tourists are looking for.
As far as the campground's concerned, obviously there were people that wanted to keep the campground there. The hotel will go in that area. Is there any discussion with council, with staff, of finding another location for that campground?
We haven't had any formal discussions. I don't think there's a will on council right now to have council or to have the community own a public RV campground. I know I can't speak for council, but our council has been so proactive and pro-business that if someone from the private sector came forward and they had a chunk of land that they wanted to put in an RV park and they had a business model that they believed would make sense, we would certainly entertain that conversation. But that was the whole issue. You've got this pristine piece of property, and yes, it's pristine, but it's publicly owned. And should we have a 35-seat RV campground for limited use, just for those that may have an RV that are passing through town? Or is there a higher and better use for that public sector piece of property? And I think we've come to an agreement that yes, there is.
The decision's been made. There'll be a hotel there. What is the time frame now for construction to begin?
Well, we gave third reading last night, so now it goes off to highways for it's more or less a formality, but because it's within so many meters of the major highway, highways has to comment on this rezoning. We don't see that as being an issue. That will come back from highways very quickly, and then in 2 weeks we will adopt the bylaw, and likely we'll adopt the bylaw. We've given a third reading. We basically said that we agree that we want to go forward with this proposal. And the timeline is that the RV shuts down the first week in park, shuts down the first week in October. We've already given notice to the people leasing the park. And the second week of October, we expect to see some activity. This hotel developer wants to get things up and running as quickly as possible, and they're talking about having a hotel built as early as next summer.